you're all keeping well. So I'm very excited to share with you Fast Colour 10. It has been launched in Italy I was in Italy in September to train on it, and Paul got it in here about 2 weeks ago. So it's just in a couple of salons. I have my own salon started this week, and I'm delighted. I have to say I'm really, really delighted with the results. It doesn't take away from Techno Fruit. It doesn't take away from my colour. It's a separate service. It's a service it's a permanent colour, obviously, that takes in 10 minutes. There's only 18 shades in it. And it's a service for clients who just have a full colour. You can't do Fast Colour 10 with balayage or highlights. It's just a maintenance service, or it's for clients who just get all over colour. We're going to do a demo on it. We have my beautiful mom as a model, and she just gets an all over colour every 5 to 6 weeks. She uses Techno Fruit, and we just, the same shades, you just do the same shades and you just change it to Fast Colour 10. So I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to do a little bit of the promotion on it, and just so that you can understand it a little bit more. Any questions, just jump in. Can you see that screen?
Yeah, I can see you there, Ger.
Yeah, great. You're all very welcome. Okay, Fast Colour 10. So it's the 10 minutes complete and performing in the salon service. It is brilliant. It's the same quality as your Techno Fruit and my colour. The condition and the shine is just as good. So you know that you're using the same high quality product that you're used to with Techno Fruit and my colour. So what is the reason for Fast Colour 10? It saves the salon time and it saves the client time. In the salon, it will cut down your processing to 30 minutes. There isn't anything that you can do. You have 20 minutes between when you stop taking your colour and by the time that you have them back in the seat again. If you're working on your own, you can't really do anything in between. If you have a junior with you, you can probably do a dry trim, but there really is nothing much that you can do. But what it does is, in my salon, if we have a colour in, it takes an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. And it's a split appointment. And you know yourself, it's very hard sometimes coming up to busy season to try and get clients in when you're looking for split appointments. In this, you're just looking for an hour appointment. So in that sense, I think it's really, really beneficial to the salon. How is it beneficial to the client? We have busy clients now. They've got used to, I suppose, having more time and quality time at home, and they don't really want to be, for the client that doesn't want to be sitting in the salon, some of them find it a bore or a chore, especially for clients who are getting their colour done every 3 to 4 weeks. They're not enjoying it. Your clients that are getting it done, every 6 months, they don't mind waiting in the salon chair. But for clients that are busy, they have childcare issues, they might be looking after elderly parents, they might be just trying to juggle work. They might be working from home, they might be trying to do it on their lunch hour. So for that instance, it's beneficial to the client because they're in and out in an hour, and it's the same quality service. So it's a 10-minute professional colour. It covers white hair up to 100%. It has no pigment overload, but it does have a high pigment content. That's how it works. It gives extreme brightness. It's a delicate fragrance with floral notes. There's a gorgeous smell of it. If you're used to the My Colour scent of the French rose, you can smell the mauve extract out of Fast Colour 10. It has ammonia. It has to have ammonia. So any of your clients that use My Colour, they can't use Fast Colour 10. It has to have the ammonia so that it opens up that cuticle. With ammonia, it opens up the cuticle fast and it's like a bomb, and then it dies out. Whereas with MEA, which is in our My Colour, it is a slow and progressive, and it keeps taking and taking and taking. So there has to be ammonia in Fast Colour 10, but it's vegan friendly and it's PPD friendly. So it's like your Techno Fruit. So the active principles, as the latest generation, so what it does is it has the high pigment, not overload, like you don't get an overload of pigment because you're working fast and precise. This isn't for juniors, this is for your client, this is for your stylists or yourself who's very fast at putting on colour. You have to be fast and precise putting this on, so you won't get a pigment overload. But this is how it works with the mauve extracts, which is antioxidizing properties coming from different parts of the plant to make it a great anti-aging component. So it stops the color from fading, but also hydrates the hair. And the orchid extract then is illuminating. It gives it that most beautiful shine, and it adds softness to the hair as well. Kind packaging. So your tube, the top of the tube and the box are all recyclable. Alter Ego are really into the environment and climate change and cutting down on water, you know, so it is very good to know that all of this can be put into your recycling bin. There's 18 colors in it, so it's a small range. I would recommend getting all of them. I know sometimes when you try client new, you kind of get one of this and one of that. Because it's a small range, I would recommend getting the 18 colors in it, because there's 5 series in it. There's your natural, there's your brown, there's golden, copper, and red. So fast color tint application, up to 100% of white gray coverage. My mom's 100% gray coverage, so you'll see it. Excellent resistance over time. The latest generation carrier substances able to accelerate the penetration of the pigment inside the hair, and maximum cosmetic effect is the final result. Now it's slightly different mixing than your Technofruit. So for white hair, they recommend 20 volume mixed 1:1. We're used to mixing 1 to 1.5. So this is 1:1 for 10 minutes. The refractory white hair, 30 volume, 1:1. I actually, since I've been using it, I use 30 vol on everyone. And it gives it 100% gray coverage. The 20 vol, it leaves it a little bit luminous. Any questions there? Anyone coming in? Are you okay? 30 vol, it just gives it 100% gray coverage. The white hair with 20 vol, it leaves a little bit of luminous. So if your client doesn't want this band of, you know, regrowth, or if they feel that they don't want a full color, I would use 20 vol. And you would use 40 vol on 1:1 for 10 minutes if you're lifting it up to 3 shades. Okay, so 30 vol, 30 mils of color, 30 mils of peroxide, 1:1 for 10 minutes. So you start at the front. I know we normally start at the back, but you start at the front for this. You'll be fast and precise, time it for 10 minutes, and that's it. You rinse it off. So that is for your roots, okay? Then for the ends, say they're saying here bright colors. Bright colors are your coppers or your reds. So it's for your balayages or for clients that have, you know, that red or copper tone. You would use 10 vol on the ends, 1 to 2 for 10 minutes. So it's always 10 vol on the ends. You can use 20, 30, or 40 on the roots, but always mix 10 vol on the ends. So after getting the roots have processed and you rinse them, you then apply the ends. You haven't time to do both, okay? You just don't have time because you won't have it mixed and on in time. So that is for your coppers or your reds. For tone on tone, so for your browns or your naturals, and you want to just do the ends, you mix it 1 to 3. So again, you're using less color, you're using more peroxide, but you're using less color. Still 100 ml tubes like the Technofruit. So you mix this. So this is tone on tone, 10 vol, 1 to 3 for 10 minutes. And then our ice blonde, this is for your balayages, your highlights. You use this 1 to 5 with 10 vol for 10 minutes. So you rinse it off at the basin, mix it. You mix just the 10O. So it's one on our natural range. So for our ice blonde, you use 10O on the ends for 10 minutes. You can use it on dry hair or on wet hair. So for instance, they just come in for a refresh, you can use it on the ends. But if you were doing the roots and you have the roots rinsed like it's balayage, you then do it on wet hair. So I'm going to go through the color chart with you. I don't think it actually comes up, unfortunately, on the screen. For some reason, it doesn't load. So I'm just going to go back here to tell you that we have the 5 color services. So you have your natural, okay? So you have 1 to 10, but we don't have a 9 and we don't have a 2. We never had a 2 in Technofruit anyway. So you intermix them. So to make 9, you mix half of 8 and half of 10. In our browns, we have our very popular 5.7, 5.17, and 6.71. Now, I was doing a client during the week. I actually put a reel up, and she normally gets 9.0 and 9.1. Now, we don't have a 0.91 in Fast Color 10. So I did 3/4 of 10.0 and 1/4 of 8.0, and it was perfect coverage. You can see it on the reel that I did today. But I was a bit wary because I wasn't putting a Nash in it, but because I was using 30 watt, it lifted up that melanin, so it removed any underlining warm tone that was in it. In our golden colors, then we have a 6.3, an 8.3, and a 7.13. Then our coppers, we have a 743, an 843, and on our reds, we have a 452 and a 526. So these are all intermixable. You can't mix them with Technofruit or My Color. They're all intermixable together. So those are the 18 colors, and those are the 5 color series that's in it. Any questions so far? How are you thinking of that?
Just repeat there what you did in that lady there. You're saying we don't have a 9, an 8. Is that, you don't have what?
I don't have a 9 and we don't have a 2. So we have, I used half of 8.0. Oh, no, sorry, on her, because I was also using a 0.1,
yeah,
a 9.1. I wanted to lift her a little bit higher. So she normally had 9.0 and 9.1, half and half. I used 3/4 of 10.0 and 1/4 of 8.0 and 30 watt. Now, when you are mixing, you have to use, this is very important, 2/3 of natural. If you use half of natural and half of the fashion shades, you will not get 100% coverage. When we were in Italy, they had, I think, 12 models, and they told us this is how you do it, but you can do it whatever way you want. So of course we broke all the rules, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work if you don't use more natural and less fashion shade. So you have to use 3/4 of natural for it to cover.
Okay, and you know, sometimes when you're using a high level and you can sort of still see it translucent through it, right?
Yeah.
I use My Color, and sometimes I find the My Color sometimes can be a little bit, the grey can slightly transfer through.
Okay.
So is this actually, that could be on 45 minutes and you still have that kind of a tone through it.
So if you leave this on longer than 10 minutes, it will go a shade to a shade and a half darker.
A shade to a shade and a half darker.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the My Color, like if you're leaving that on 45 minutes, that should be rinsed after 35 minutes. It really should have reached its tone. But if you're having a problem with that, maybe bring it back to 1:1. You know, maybe don't mix it 1 to 1.5 like it's suggested.
Yes. I have mastered at this stage, but just on the basic rule of thumb, like when you're leaving them on, I just want to see how this would work with a very resistant kind of a client. So
with resistant hair, I would probably use 30 watt.
30
now,
watt.
I have resistant clients that I pre-pigment first. Now you can still pre-pigment with this. So for instance, if my client is, we'll say she's a 5, I would pre-pigment with 6 neat first. So I put 6.0 on all over first, and then I would go in with my 5.0 and 30 watt. I use 30 watt on her because she's such resistant hair. If you have a really thick head of hair, unless you're very fast at putting it on, I wouldn't recommend it either. I'd stick with Technofruit. You know, if it's a really thick head of hair, this needs to. So it's not taken away from Technofruit. It's not taken away from My Color. It's a different service. And you know, as you get into it, you can use it as a root melt. Or for instance, if you have a client and for some reason it just didn't take. Sorry guys, 2 seconds. If it just didn't take, it would mean that sorry, no, I'm after ruling the doorbell's after in there. I think there's a delivery guy after coming in. Yeah.
Go and get it.
What? Sorry, I'm after. What did we say? I'm after totally losing my train of thought now. Sorry, Anne. What did you ask me?
No, I was asking you about the strong development on the roots for resistant clients, but you kind of were saying like that it's a totally different service altogether. And My Color and all the rest.
I'm back now again to my train of thought. Yes, if it's very thick hair, it's not for them. If you have, after doing a color and you think, God, it's not really after taking, you can pop this on the root for 10 minutes at the basin. And, you know, so it works, you know, while you're doing a toning or something on it. If you think it just hasn't taken correctly, you can use it as a root melt. you know, because you just want to bring that down a small little bit. It works fast. So there's lots of little, you know, other than just a full application that you can use on it.
Be great.
All right. Okay, so I think we will go to my model who's waiting. So I'm going to stop this screen share and I'm going to stop this video, and please God that we get onto the other video. Okay, guys. Okay, can you see me? Can you hear me? We all okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
grand.
Okay, there is an echo from the other laptop, so I'm just going to, sorry, my glasses have to go on to this, Maria. So I'm just going to mute this a second and I'm just going to turn down the. Okay, are we back? Yeah, can you all see me and hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just put the volume up this little. Okay, so here is Mom, and I'm going to just take the phone off a second. I'm just going to show you her. Can I change this around now? Let me see. Can I just change the picture on this? Okay, here we go. So you can see here, this needs to be covered. She's been waiting patiently. She needed a color last week. Okay, so you can see that is 100% gray coverage. Gray that we need to get rid of. Okay, so we all okay? Yeah. So Mom normally gets half facial and half nylon technical. So just wanted to say, so because it's natural, you know that we don't, you know, the ratio is okay. If we were using a fashion shaded with that, we have to ensure that the natural was.
Jerry, you still have an echo there.
Is there an echo?
You still have an echo, yeah, you're not clear.
Okay, I'll bring this down a small bit now, maybe this might be better. Is that better?
Say something else, yeah.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
That's better, yeah.
It was probably too loud. Okay, so I can't hear you as well, so you have to shout at me. Is that okay? Okay.
So your mother, using Technofruit on your mother, what shade were you using? It looks like a 7.
Half of 7 and half of 8.
And was that with 20 vol?
Yes, yeah. So now
Yeah.
we're going to use 20 grams of 7-0. And 20 grams of 8-0.
Are the shades true to what My Colour and Technofruit produce?
Very same. My color can be a little bit darker. You might find in Techno. I base this on Techno. Any kind that has been using My Color can't use Fast Color 10 because of the ammonia. So 30 rod, 40 grams.
So that's 30 vol, was it? You said?
50% tone as well. So that's the mauve extract. So you can see because you're mixing it 1 to 1, it's quite thick substance compared to what you would be used to if you were using your Technofruit, which is 1 to 1.5.
Sorry, Jerry, you were saying there, did you use 8 and 9 previously to that on the Technofruit?
No, half 7, half 8. So it's the very same.
Very
We
safe.
don't change it at all. So with Techno Fruit, you would usually start at your back quadrant. So with my color is the same, and with Fast Color 10, we are starting in the front. Okay. So as we said,
What's the technique or
Yes,
you know, like desk and stuff as well.
yeah, there has to be handrails and safety rails. There's nothing on.
I don't know.
Paul, you're on the screen now.
who's on the screen now? Can you see me?
Paul was chatting in there on the screen, to be honest with you.
Okay. So I'm just doing the front quadrants first, and just being as fast as you can. What I like about it is, especially this time of year, like trying to fit it in all the colors. Like you're not going to have, it depends, like if you look at your book now for during the week, how many colors have you that are just colors? You know, some people like to get highlights and balayage, so it's not for them, you know, so it's not going to take over all your other services. It's just an add-on service. Price-wise, I am charging the same as my Technofruit. It's coming in pretty much the same as Technofruit. So I'm like even with my color, because it is a little bit more expensive, we should be charging more, but I don't. What do you do?
Same.
Yeah, all the same. So Fast Color 10 is going to be the same price. Because
How much a tube is that, Sharon?
Pardon?
How much a tube is the 10?
It's the same as Technofruit.
Or the same price?
Yeah.
All right.
Am I right in saying that, Helen Paul?
Well, it's hard to know now with the way the prices are increasing so quickly every time.
Sorry, I don't know whether you can hear me there because I'm only on my phone, but it's not the same price. It's $7.49, where Technofruit is $6.49. So just to let you know, can you hear me?
Yeah,
What's my
perfect.
colour?
So apologies, it's not the same price.
€1 of a difference.
Look, I suppose they're still
Charging more for it because it's a quicker service or something. You know, you have to make
Yeah,
decisions.
you could.
You have to charge more.
You most definitely could charge more. Again, that's up to you. I suppose if it's coming in more expensive, you should possibly put €5 extra compared to your Technofruit line on it.
Have we any rule of thumb percentage markup on when you buy a colour and put it on a client's head?
Sorry, Anne, what you said?
Is there any I suppose I don't know what way I'm saying it. Is there any guides when you buy colour, you should know how much you should charge roughly? Is there any kind of a guide on that?
At the last training in creative, one of the girls mentioned that, and she said that her accountant had it down to a T, how much her colour, if she was buying this much colour, how much she would be charging, how much her profit margin should be. So it would be maybe no harm to have a chat with your accountant on that, because there has to be.
My accountant wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, well, they have a clue this time of year, really? That's all right, don't they? I hate end of the year.
He knows what he's charging though, but anyway.
I know. So yeah, I do find, because you're trying to be as fast as you can, I can be a little bit messy. So just make sure that they're well covered up, because you're trying to get it on as fast as you can. Now, as I say, I always put it on the front quadrant first. But if you have a client whose hairline grabs color, you know, start at the back. I normally mix, for Technofruit, I would mix 30 grams and then 45 of developer. With this, I use 40, so 40 grams of color, 40 grams of peroxide.
You know, when you use 30 volume on your client's scalp, is that not
Yeah.
more irritating than a 20?
No, no. It seems to, what it does is 30 vol will just lift off that natural melanin and deposit the color.
Okay, and have you tried that with 20 vol, the same?
I've tried it with 20 vol and it's a little bit translucent.
It's a little bit translucent, is it?
Yeah. Like it's ideal for clients or salons that are, you know, hairdressers that are working on their own. You know, you can kind of, you're not hanging around waiting for color to take. I know you can't fit something else in between. And it's ideal for freelance. I do my mother-in-law's hair at home, so I'm delighted to be able to put this color on and rinse it off in 10 minutes. So now we're going to time it from now. What time are we now? So it's 11:27, so 37. So we're timing it now at 37, okay? So what I do now is I go back over the roots just again, just to make sure that you have it fully covered. So there, as I say, there isn't really time to do much in between. Now the natural temperature of the salon for color to take should be about 20 degrees. So if your salon, you know, if the day is colder or whatever, just put a plastic cap over it.
You don't put it under, you can't put it under heat for the 10 minutes if the place is cold or it's client is
Yeah,
cold.
no, I wouldn't. I would just use a cap and stay. Do you put your colors under heat?
Not normally, no, but if there's if it's kind of
Yeah,
early
so
morning and things are cold, I might just pop them in under for about 10 minutes
Yeah.
just to kickstart it.
Yeah. No, this has started taking straight away. Again, there's a beautiful scent from it. It doesn't stain either. You just emulsify it well at the basin.
You don't shampoo, no?
Oh yes, yeah, but I'll emulsify first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to bring that, would you comb that when her roots are done after 10 minutes or before the 10 minutes?
Roots are done after 10 minutes, you do the ends at the basin.
You what?
You do the ends at the basin. You could run it through now if you wanted to, but I like to do it at the basin. I like to emulsify it and bring it down through. Because again, you don't want it to grab those ends too fast.
Yeah.
The
Why
tail is gorgeous, mixed 1 to 5 at the basin on the ends. We did it on Mary Jo's and created last meeting to get a gorgeous shine and condition. Just refreshed it.
Sorry, Ger, why do you have to reapply it there now again after?
It's just me. I just always reapply my colours. When I've done them, I just always go over them again, just to make sure. It's just a habit that I have. You don't have to.
She's wasting the time, watching the time go by. She can't stand doing nothing.
Look at her,
You
Ger.
don't need to,
We can't even make them a cup of tea now in that length of time. It's hard that hardly ever drank.
No, I'm delighted I can't make them a cup of tea. So much washing up. Now, I do think it kind of takes from the whole service of the salad. You know, it is.
Is it a danger? You're breaking up.
I said it, I do feel that I feel that the clients are missing out when they're not getting a cup of tea. But
Yeah.
And there's the odd one who can get the cup of tea, Ger.
Huh?
There's the odd one who can get the cup of tea. The 98-year-old.
Oh well, yeah. I had nearly a row with a man here one day. She comes in to do my VIPs, my elderly ladies, and she does all their perms. And she's horrified that I couldn't give that lady a cup of tea.
100%, 100%.
Okay. So that's it. You just open it up like you would with your normal colours. What do we have down there now? Again, just go over the hairline again like you always would.
Do you find the clients are stretching out their colours still? Some of mine are
What,
still.
Milo?
Some of mine are still think we're locked up for COVID. They're stretching them out so far. Like a root now could be 3 inches when they come in.
Oh, I know. Oh, God.
Yeah. So is there any way we can sort of define what a root is? Like, is a root, I know some people come
Root
in.
is an inch.
Sorry?
A root is an inch.
A root is an inch. Do you charge extra then for your 2-inch root, 3-inch root?
No, but I should.
Well, then that's supposed to lose in business though, isn't it? There should be an extra bank put on there for the 5 months growth root.
Do any of the rest of you charge extra for an
I would. Yeah, I would if it was extra. God, yeah. Well, you're talking, I have a woman, she mightn't come back for 3 months.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
No, well, I've charged her the extra. Yeah,
Oh,
you
good.
have to be fair to yourself. Yeah.
We should be. I mean, we always undersell ourselves, always. And I think even when toning came in first, I used to charge for toning. Either I'll just pop this toner on and, you know, we're losing money, we're losing colour. I just feel like that's how much colour I have left. So that was 40 grams. So that's just going to go through her ends. So I suppose just figure out your mixing ratio so that you're not wasting colour and it's not going down the sink. But yeah, I suppose a lot of people now do feel that they're not as maybe caught up on their hair as they used to be because of lockdown, that they don't mind growing 3 inches now. So we really should be charging. I suppose if we had it in our, you know, in our price list, maybe roots and then extra regrowth or something. What extra would you charge? Sorry, I can't see on the phone here who spoke there, who said that you charge for a long regrowth. What extra would you charge? Like €5 or more?
Yeah, about five, Ger. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I bet you don't have any issues when you charge that, do you?
No, not at all. No.
Yeah.
Is it
So,
€5
like,
per
They know
inch?
themselves, like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like, even I've got to the stage now, if someone comes back, a fella especially comes back for a haircut and it's way longer, I'm charging extra as well. You know, because it's definitely so different now, gone back since COVID.
Totally. And I do
People
think
have
that,
left everything longer.
yeah. And I think that like people don't mind what you charge now because I suppose they kind of understand what we've been through and how hard it is to reopen again. And like again, like the cost of everything has gone up and it's to try to get everything. Sometimes like everything is so delayed in coming. And so yeah, I suppose pricing is always difficult. So I suppose with Fast Colour Tint, as you start, I suppose start from the start. If you're going to put it up now, rather than saying, because it's very hard then the next time or third or fourth time they come in and think, oh, it's actually gone up.
What's
So-
your average price for colour?
So I start for, we say, mom's hair for a colour cut and blow dry would be 68.
68, right, okay.
My cut and blow dry start at 40.
What did you say?
My cut and blow dry starts at €40.
Yeah.
And then highlights and on top of that then. Like, I never charge enough. If I do a half head of highlights, I charge them for a T-bar. I don't know, I need to get someone else at the desk maybe because it's very hard. I always found it hard to charge.
Yeah, you need someone extra at the till. Mama, you get at the till. Put her out.
I'll run out the back. How is the time on? 2 more minutes. Okay, perfect.
You
Well,
can see
Ger,
her.
I charge 30 for a wash, cut and blow dry, but then I'd have that woman come on every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I'd
I do, I suppose.
if she comes every 6 weeks, you know.
Yeah. We offer 10% discount to my regular blow dries. I just felt they got hard done by when we came back in our first lockdown. We didn't do regular blow dries. And then we came back this time, we kept the regular blow dries because they're our bread and butter, really. And we just decided that they get a 10% discount because they're in every week. Again, our
Duns do
colours.
that to you as well, don't they? When you go in every week getting your shopping, they give you 10% discount every week because you're running in and out all the time. You're giving them 20 quid for, you know, a bit of bread and milk, butter and jam. You know yourself. They give you
That's
that.
very simple.
They see, and they know your name and everything, Jared, don't they? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it. And the
Yeah, are
petrol
you good
pound,
at charging, Ed?
Sorry?
Are you good at charging? Like, do you charge extra for the My Colour, or is it My Colour Technical you use mainly?
I'm copping on now. I was a bit soft, but then I've kind of copped on because my bills are coming in and my intake isn't as high, and you know, you have no extra, you've no room to lose money now. We won't have the money for the insurance and the tax and the VAT and everything if you don't cop on, like.
Yeah.
And I've one's in college, you know yourself, so like you have to find the money somewhere.
Right, Mother Dear says we're ready. Right, I'm going to take off the gloves and I'm going to show you what it's like. Right, hold on now, we'll have to, you know, my IT skills here now are just A1. Right. Okay, perfect. So you can see what that has taken after 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to change the screen back and we're just going to shampoo it. Hold on now. Yeah, can you still see me? Can you hear me? Okay, right, Mother. Okie doke. The scent product is lovely, and know that you can smell it. And it's nice for the clients as well. You know that they can get a nice scent while they're getting their hair done. Okay.
What water heating system have you there, Ger? Because I have a shower. I have the Myra shower, the Triton shower, and
Yeah.
you turn it on to get the temperature right. You have to nearly leave it running while you're shampooing.
I know, and it's such a waste of water then, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. You can't bend the pipe because it'll still, you know.
Yeah. I had it's oil. It's run by oil.
It's what?
Run by oil. Central
Oil.
heating. Yeah. Okay, so you're emulsifying all that. Now you can just spray it through to the ends because her hair is short. The colour that's on the root is kind of transferring on to the ends anyway. But if you did have leftover colour left, you could just put it on the ends there.
Have you had any client that it hasn't fully taken to the depth you want yet?
Pardon?
Have you had any clients that it hasn't taken to the depth that you want?
Well, see, when I used the 20 volume, I just felt that it was a little bit translucent. I've been quite happy so far. But I've been just using natural. I haven't been using any fashion shades on the end. Any of the times that I had during the week that just all natural.
Anyone had any reference to 30 volume on their scalp over than 20 volume that would have been used to the 20 volume?
No issues. No, because it's the co-activator, it's very gentle on the scalp. Don't have ink oil on it. Now I'm going to use our filler shampoo and conditioner, which is our new. It has hyaluronic acid and it has wheat extract.
Do you know, it would be worth a few pound more, looking at your prices there, it would be worth a few pound more to bring it up for the quick service, like, do you know?
Yeah, it's a brand new service, you know, and like time is money. People would pay for it.
Well, I wouldn't say time is money now in this, if it's quicker, like time is money, but we'll avoid that sentence. But like, it is a very good service, say, for somebody under person that's working full time, because taking 2 hours out of your day trying to get your hair colored, I mean, you'd nearly put it off the extra time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and like not everybody, they just don't want to spend time with chairs anymore.
No.
You know? And again, you know, social media hype now and everything. You know, just it's when you put it up on your social media, it's something that, like when I put it up last week, now all my friends were kind of said, what's this? What's this new color you have? Do you know, like, even though we're trying to attract new customers, we're also trying to keep the customers that we have.
Yeah. Did you re-skin test? I'm sure you did. Of course you did. Re-skin test it.
Yes, I would recommend it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you another question. Do you retest every client before every single color 48 hours? I don't. So I'll answer that one first. I do them. I skin test them and I listen to their history as we go along. You know, I've had to go for medication, or then you keep going with testing, but there's no way I'd get
any change in anything.
Sorry?
It's best. It just covers you, you know, if you have done patch test.
But you don't do it every single time before every color?
Oh no, it's recommended every 6 months. But look, to be honest, if they're coming in every 6 months and there's no issue.
But if they're coming in every 4 to 6 weeks for a color, aren't you kind of skin testing?
Anyway.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, someone. Okay, so we're just going to blow dry now. So I'm going to use our voluptuous mousse. See, she's talking herself already. She doesn't believe it. Which side? Yeah. Or this side? Every time I ask her, what side? You think I know by now?
Separated there, so we can have a good look at the roots there now. And see what they're like. We have a look closer to see what they come out like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, she came out good, did she? That's very good, yeah.
So we'll blow dry it and I'll show you again.
Yeah.
There now. There we go. Okay. I'll be just a few minutes blow dry and I'll get back to you.
You're gone there now, Ger.
Just for us to talk to each other.
Is she gone? Oh, she just, maybe she muted. Did she mute because of the blow dryer? I wonder.
She might have, Paul. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see
Looking at it anyway, if the application is under the 10 minutes and the color development is under 10 minutes, you're looking at 20 minutes, and wash it off 5 minutes, that's 25. That's less than a half an hour, and an hour you'd have a client in and out lunch break.
Yeah. I think
If that works that way, you know.
the heads that were done here last Tuesday were done in about an hour.
That's so unreal.
You know, so it's a massive saving for the salon.
But it's a great service for the clients, really, because, you know, it's fantastic, really.
Yeah, well, for both, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of, it's saving you time, but it's saving everybody time, and time, as you said a while ago, is money. But there is a danger there that clients, if it's not sold to them correctly, that they might expect, oh, you're only doing it, it's only taking you an hour, so therefore it should be cheaper. So
no,
you just have to be careful that you're selling it as a more expensive service, you know.
Well, the product is more expensive, you know. It is more expensive. So.
Yeah, it's a matter of marketing the proper way. You know? It's fantastic. Anybody who's doing one client at a time, either, you know, one-man operations or anything like that, it's fantastic for them, because, and especially people doing mobile hairdressing, if you're in a house and you'd have to stand around for a half an hour, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a good few have bought it now, and everybody says the results are brilliant. I was talking to Mary Jo now this morning as well, and just asking her how hers was after a week. Like, she got it done here a week ago, and she said it's perfect. Yeah. You know, just to see how...
I have a customer that's working full time, and her hair comes out I'd say she'd get it done every 2 weeks if that color was faster.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of women would probably definitely pay extra if they thought. Some like the idea of sitting around in the salon for an hour and a half. You know, it depends on what your lifestyle is.
Do my head in, work there.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get in and out. If you get in, most people are so busy now that they pay extra.
Back. She's back, Paul. She's back.
Okay.
I think so.
Y'all okay?
You're not on there, Ger. We've missed you.
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
See.
Okay. Yeah, I can see you, yeah.
Gone.
Okay, I'll just show you Mother Bear.
Oh, yes.
You're gone again there, Ger.
Okay, can you see? Maybe I need to be talking. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Can you see her now?
Would you go darker on her roots next time? Would you go more of 7 than of 8 the next time?
She is trying to go lighter. So I suppose if she's trying to go lighter.
She's trying to go lighter. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you could go darker, but it's just, sorry, what did you say?
Could you put highlights through her now and that color still take okay?
Yeah, you could, absolutely. And what was happening with Mom is she was getting color. She kind of wanted it every maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and it was just way too much. So we're just trying to go lighter on her. So that's why we did half and half. But she probably is more of a 7 than an 8, but we're trying to lighten it up.
Right, okay, it's lovely. Yeah, it really is. It's lovely, Anne. You look lovely.
Thank you. I don't get to the farm until I'm 4 weeks like some other people.
What'd she say?
So that's why I try and spill out.
It's now 11:45, and I'd say it was probably 20 past when we started. So that'll tell you the timing.
It's unreal.
Yeah. And you need to tweak it your own way. You know what I mean? You know your own clients, you know what color they take, what color they don't. We're on a journey with Mom, she's going a bit lighter. And, you know, so you kind of know your own way around it.
So you'd match the same roughly of what you're doing with your clients, only you'd use the 10-minute color.
Yeah.
You wouldn't alter the depth in any of the colors.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. To me, they are the very same as Technofruit. I kind of base Fast Color 10 the same as Technofruit.
Excellent. I'm very happy. Look, that look great.
You can tweak then the 20 or the 30 vol. Again, I just find it better with 30 vol. But again, you know, everyone has their own way. So you just kind of get into your own niche with that. So it comes in a lovely pack. As I say, there's 18 colors. With whichever volume peroxide, and just get on to Paddy or Paul about pricing and stuff like that. I would recommend getting the whole lot because it's just that you can't intermix it with any other color. You know, so you need to be able to place your hand on all of them. So I just got one of all of them. It's the same with my color. I carry a very small range on it, but at least you have it. Like you mightn't use Fast Color 10 every day, but you will use it every week. You know, it will come in so handy for clients when they get used to it and when you are trying to fit in a color, because it does the same thing. You know, it does the very same thing. Obviously, you can't do highlights or any of that with it, but for the likes of just a one color, it's brilliant.
Yeah, but you could do balayage with the end on the ends there. You wouldn't be quick enough. Like
you wouldn't be quick enough, man. Do you know I'm good, but I'm not that good.
You are quick. Yeah, fair play to you.
Yeah, that's a half an hour now, okay? But if she's getting a cut, you know, if she's longer hair, that's why I give myself an hour.
Okay. Yeah, it's brilliant. That's a lunchtime opportunity for people. Yeah, you've gained clients.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a great little service to have. I know I'm delighted to have it in the salon. I'm just trying to find as many clients as I can to use it on. So, you know, the more I can bring up more photos and stuff. So it's great just to get your hands on it, you know, and it's just a new service. Again, Altrigo always coming up with, you know, they're looking at the market trends and what's needed, and this is what's needed. This is a Fast Color 10 is what's needed.
It's absolutely brilliant, yeah.
Ger, did you not mention you like
Sorry.
my hair as well, didn't you, Ger? The bottoms.
Sorry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change it to the laptop, okay, because I can see you better. Okay, so just give me 2 seconds and I'll... Now I should be back. Wait a second, now I'll just turn this down. Our mother was talking about taking her posy face off. Okay, 2 seconds. I'll actually leave this. And I shall put the volume up on this. Now, guys, any questions?
Yeah, Ger, I was just saying there with my own hair, you did it last week, and like it's perfect, 100% coverage of the
You
grey.
just stick your roots in there so that they can see. Like she had 100% grey coverage. Grey.
Yeah, my hair was really grey.
What colour did you use in your jar? 7?
7-0, yeah. And
You toned the roots as well, or
671, 671,
yeah.
Harry, Paul?
671 and 70, I think was on Mary
Yeah.
Jo's.
So
If I remember,
more
no,
of 7-0.
that's from memory. So
Yeah, more of 7-0 than the 671. And I used actually 20 vol on Mary Jo. But I think the ends were just gorgeous. We used 10-0 and 10 vol mixed 1:5. So we rinsed it at the base and then we popped that on and left it on for 10 minutes. And I think that just really refreshed her ends again. Like it looks like she got a refresh balayage. Whereas sometimes you don't need to.
But she only left it on for a couple of seconds and it just toned it down a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So it just like it's for long hair. And
a week later,
Like it's actually nice and shiny as well, which it normally wouldn't be.
I know, I think the big selling point I find with new clients that I have is the Techno Fruit, that they notice the shine and the condition, and you will get this with Fast Color at 10. It's the same quality product. You know, it's beautiful.
Now, why did you use 20 on her and 30 on your mother?
I wanted to do it on a, well, Mam is really grey and was, you know, like a white grey, whereas Mary Jo is probably 60% grey.
And if you had used a 20 on your mother, it would have been a slight bit darker, wouldn't it?
Yeah, which would be perfect if we weren't trying to lighten it.
Yes, yes.
So like, you know the rules, so you know how you can kind of change them around a little bit. The only thing that you can't break is the mixing 1-to-1, and you have to use more of natural than fashion shade. That really is the main thing. For our Mary Jo's on the ends, it was 1-to-5. If I was doing Mom's on the ends, it would be 1-to-3. If I was doing a red or a copper, it's 1-to-2. It's all on the brochure. It's very self-explanatory, but at the same time, you need to just be able to see it in action, and you need to be able to just see the PowerPoint on it just to kind of see how it works, really.
Gerard, this is Elaine.
Yes.
I'm wondering about the ice blonde. You were saying 1-to-5.
Yeah, 10 vol.
With 10 vol. So say if you were mixing up, say 30 of whatever it is, 10. So 1-to-5, what would that be?
So I would probably do like, we'll say 5 grams and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's the way I'd kind of go.
Okay.
So like, we'll say for the ends, I'd never really want more than 25 grams. So I would do 5 grams of 10 and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's how I do it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And that would be plenty for the ends. Because, you know, the 10, because you're diluting it so much, it's really liquidy. So it a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you divide them by 5?
Yeah, 5. 1-to-5 for the ends for ice blend. And it's great, like at the base, you know, you might be after doing the roots and the ends are fine. And then just at the base and go, Jesus, the ends are a bit murky. Then you can do it at the base and it takes 10 minutes, do you know? Whereas a toner takes 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I like that idea.
Yeah, yeah. So it's again, there's so many opportunities with it, so many ways you can use it.
And is there a goldeny tone off the colour, or you know the way some colours have this kind of the 8s, the naturals, they might have a goldeny warm tone?
It probably is more on the warm side, because I haven't put any ash in it, but you can see where Mary Jo's was. That wasn't very warm because we had an ash. I didn't put an ash in Mom's. So you would use the ash browns. Like you see, that's not a golden root on Mary Jo's at all.
So the ash, when you were calling out the colours, you went natural brown, gold, copper and red.
The browns, yeah, on the browns, there's a 517 and a 671.
There's a 517 and a 671.
71.
And if you were an 8 or above?
You see, I didn't use it then. That's when you'd use 30 volume because you'd lift that natural melanin out of the hair.
Repeat that again. Now I didn't get it. If I have a client that gets a 9.1 normally in my colour or techno colour or whatever, what would I use on them?
3/4 of 10 and 1/4 of 8 and mix that with 30 volume.
Is that what you're doing for the ash then?
Yeah, I'm kind of lifting it up out of it when I don't have an ash to put into it.
Oh.
Because the 30 vol will lift the natural melanin and deposit the colour.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. There's a bit of tweaking out in it. There's a little bit of, you know, being inside the staff room and thinking, okay, what will I do here? But that's what I have done with clients, we'll say on the 8 or the 9, and I don't have an ash in Fast Color 10, just use 30 volume peroxide and use more of the 10 than the 8 because you want more of a lift. You want it more 10 than 8 when they have been a 9.
Yeah.
You know? I think we've covered most everything. Any more questions or any thoughts that you have on it? We all good? I can send you all a recording of this anyway. You all know, contact any of us. And if you've any issues or any problems whatsoever, I think it's a great time to get in before Christmas. I know some people are afraid to try things before Christmas. To me, it's just a time saver. You know, just have it, start playing around with it, and you'll see the results, and then you'll figure out what's the best formula for your client, you know, what they were used to and what they need to do. I'm very happy to have it in the salon, I have to say.
Have you left it on any longer than 10 minutes?
No, that's the whole, it would go, I suppose, a shade darker. I suppose if you checked it and you thought it wasn't, if you left it on longer, it will go darker.
Right.
That's all that will happen if you leave it on longer.
Yeah, it's about time they brought out a 10-minute colour. There was one for men's years ago, colour that took in 10 minutes. Do you remember that? It was like a brown, black or brown.
No,
there wasn't.
I've never ever used one. I think that's why I'm so excited about it, to be honest.
Was it Grecian 2000 or something like that? Was there one for men years ago?
I think I've heard something about that. All right.
Yeah, I wonder why they hadn't got one out there quicker for women. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, all to go ahead.
Very good.
So yeah, are you all okay? Any questions or tweaks?
No, that's brilliant. Thanks
very much, Gerald.
Thanks, Gerald.
Again, you know where I am if you have any questions whatsoever. Okay, have a happy Monday and a happy week. And it was great to talk to you all.
Peter, thank you.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Gerald.
Thanks, Gerald.